So you mentioned that there was a problem. There was some issue in between. You could not study.
Yeah.
Before that, how many chapters you had done?
Before that, around liquidity I had completed. I had
Only one
completed liquidity, and then also credit risk around 5 to 6 chapters I had.
With solving.
With solving.
Okay. और पूरे जर्नी में कभी पैनिक हुआ, डर लगा, क्या कुछ चैलेंज सा कुछ आया?
पूरे जर्नी में सर पैनिक हुआ.
Okay.
During my level 2, yes, I got panicked because doing every day the same thing. Then in between I was like, क्या हो रहा है, क्या कर रहा हूँ.
Before the exam, you read the book also properly.
Before the exam, sir, as you say every time, read the book, and I believe that I passed because only of reading the book. Giving the mock exam is different thing. Reading is a totally different thing.
Did you found questions which are mix of two books or 3 books?
Yeah, in operational risk they did it, and in current issues they did it.
And now if I ask you from your experience, 3 tips that how should somebody prepare for FRM level 2? Hello guys, I hope everybody is doing good. Hi, this is Ganesh Nayak. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And I also guide students to clear their competitive exams like CFA, FRM and CR. And today I am with one of my students who has been able to clear the FRM Level 2 exam in the August 2025 attempt. You have also seen him in the previous video for FRM Level 1. Okay, we'll put that in the description also for you. And he's going to be talking about his entire journey of preparing for Level 2. Okay, and we have with us Siddharth. And this interview is going to be a mix of Hindi and English. So Siddharth, first of all, thank you very much. Time निकाल के आए हो, बहुत दूर से आए हो, मुझे पता है. Okay, एक brief अगर आप audience को दे सकते हो कि आप Level 1 कब किया और आपका profile क्या था तब आप कर रहे थे.
So thank you sir for having me here. I gave my level 1 in May 2025. Then I started my prep May 2024. Then I gave my level 2 in August 2025. That's where I've started, and I work in an investment bank in an operation department.
So when you started your preparation for level 2, okay, so what was the initial start? And the result for May exam, May 2024 came in July.
Yeah.
Right. So you immediately started preparing?
No. So basically when I got my results, first month I enjoyed myself with my family and my friends that I have passed.
Okay.
After so much of studies, then I started my preparation from end of September.
Okay. वहाँ से proper पढ़ रहे थे?
From there I was studying at least 2 hours a day. So in between some incident happened because of which I had to stop. Like around 2 to 3 months I had to stop. Then again full-fledged I started from February. So my initial plan was to go for May attempt, but then because of that thing I had to postpone it to August. So from February onwards I started full-fledged, like around 4 hours every day.
Okay.
And on weekends around 5 to 6 hours that I used to give.
4 hours every day?
Every day, weekdays.
So you had some timing benefit, na?
I had some timing benefit. So basically I used to do an US shift which was from 4 to 1. So earlier I used to get up at around 8:30 or 9ish, and then from 10 to 2 I used to get time. So in that period I used to study.
And you followed the same for level 1 also?
I followed the same for level 1, yes.
Also there was some goof up that happened, no, with respect to your registration.
Yeah. So
you can talk about that.
So basically what happened is I don't had my card with me, like debit card and anything. So I asked my dad to pay on behalf of me. So he was enrolling and I was in my room. So by mistakenly what happened is I had selected August. Even my dad selected August, but don't know what happened, and by mistakenly we attempted for May.
And you paid $800 standard?
Dad paid $800. He was like, chalo 800 fees hoga. So when I got the receipt, I see, oh, why 800? So my dad was like, 800 fees hai. Utna to gaya na aapka. Again I went, I saw that May ka huya exam. So we paid standard, that too May standard, we paid $800. Then my mom was like, ठीक है आप May में दे दो.
Preparing नहीं हुआ है?
मैं बोला mom को, I told no, I cannot go for May because it is not that easy.
Right.
So I called you then, sir, this has happened with me, now what to do? So you told me in 24 hours if you mail them, they'll revert your money back. Right. So I mailed them. I got reply after 3 to 4 days. I was panicked, like what's happening. I called them. So they accommodated that change and they refunded the extra 200. 600 was for August, and they refunded the $200, and then they allowed me to sit for August exam.
Right. So institute does help students.
Yeah.
If there is a genuine mistake.
And also they apologized for like from next time onwards, if we won't take any 3 to 4 days, we'll make sure that instantly everything
Right.
goes smooth.
Right. Okay. And this was basically in the month of Feb.
Yeah, this
Right.
was in Feb.
So you mentioned that there was a problem. There was some issue in between. You could not study.
Yeah.
Before that, how many chapters you had done?
Before that, around liquidity I had completed. I had
Only one
completed
book.
liquidity, and then also credit risk around 5 to 6 chapters I had.
With solving.
With solving.
Okay.
No, solving I had.
Acha.
Not, yeah. I had not started solving. I had completed liquidity risk. I had completed my credit risk, operational risk, starting 2-3 chapters. So yeah, that was what I had did.
Okay. And then after the gap, when did you started preparing for the exam?
I started full-fledged like from February onwards. Again, I started from scratch.
Again, the liquidity book.
Again, liquidity, that is crash course. So one
Acha,
good
haan.
part of that video was, initially I had gone through that 2 hours
Full
video.
length video. Huh.
Then again, when I had started, I was looking only at the crash course.
Right.
Liquidity crash course, credit crash course, and operational. Then onwards, again 2 hours video.
Okay. And this time you were solving the question bank also?
Yeah, this time I was solving the question bank also.
Okay. So क्या problem आ रहा था in the entire journey?
Problem.
हाँ बोलो.
Yeah, problem what I faced is during level 1, I had that confidence, like we used to go classes everywhere. We used to discuss also, and if any doubts, we used to connect with each other like colleagues, and we used to solve the things. Because most of my friends, they attempted for me. Whoever I was in contact with.
Right.
I was the only one who was going for August. I don't had anyone. Then I told chalo karte hain. I used to go through the books, like one chapter. I used to read that, and on Saturday and Sunday I used to solve the questions.
Achha, so weekends only watching the video, reading the textbook and solving. Solving weekends.
Now after reading the book and going through videos, it was easy. But then after solving, I used to get around 55, 50
accuracy.
So I was panicked, like what's happening. So again, I had messaged you, so you told it's a good score, don't panic.
When did you complete your full portion?
Full portion I completed like in June. June I had completed.
June end
I had completed. I made sure I had strict timetable during May and June that I have to complete it by June end. Yeah, by June end I had completed everything. Also, I had pinged you regarding, sir, I have completed. I used to give you my status like this is something which I have completed.
Right.
You told me that end of June complete all the question solving as well. Right. So till May, my question solving was only about say 65. Okay. So out of 102, 65. So in June I had completed
the remaining 35 around chapters. Okay. Yeah. Which book you found was very tough for you?
Initially, credit risk, I thought it is easy. But then आगे बढ़ते गए ना जब क्रेडिट रिस्क में तभी थोड़ा वो टफ होते गया.
ओके. और पूरे जर्नी में कभी पैनिक हुआ, डर लगा, क्या कुछ चैलेंज सा कुछ आया?
पूरे जर्नी में सर पैनिक हुआ.
ओके.
During my level 2, yes, I got panicked because doing every day the same thing. Then in between I was like, क्या हो रहा है, क्या कर रहा हूँ? Okay. What should I do? But then in the mind it was very much clear that I have to do. Anyhow, I have to do. Okay. Studying every day, and after giving the mocks, motivation from up, it used to go down. Okay. Yeah, there I used to get panic. And every day there used to be in my mind, clear hoga, nahi hoga. Okay. Even that was a big fear for me.
So how did you manage that?
I used to talk to my dad, mom. With my mom, I used to talk every day. Mommy, hoga, nahi hoga. Mommy used to tell her, ho jayega.
Okay. Yeah. And how many mock papers you solved?
Fintelligents mock paper, I solved 3 mock papers.
And the GAP sample paper?
And both.
So what was the score in those mock papers?
Yeah. So in Fintelligents, the score which I was getting was, in the first one, I got around 55. Okay. 55% accuracy.
Not
score. I got 45.
Okay.
45.
Tell me the score. Out of 50, how much?
So the first mock I got 45. Then high level summary. Okay. So and in second mock I got around 47. In third mock I got around 48. Okay. Again, then I went through all the book, and then I went on GAR paper.
What was the score there?
GAR paper also, the first GAR paper I got around 49, and second GAR paper I got around 43.
And you were confident after this?
After first GAR mock I was confident, but after second GAR I was again 43 from 48, 49 to I got 48. Okay. So
before the exam you read the book also properly?
Before the exam, sir, as you say every time, read the book, and I believe that I passed because only of reading the book. Giving the mock exam is different thing. Reading is a totally different thing. If I, like you say every time, read the book, read the book. In July, I was only reading the book.
Okay.
I read
Okay.
around 2 times entire book.
Okay.
One time thoroughly, entire 102 chapters,
Mhm.
and second time high level summary.
Okay, interesting. And when you went to the actual exam, what happened in that 4 hours?
So basically, when initially I entered my exam hall, I saw all of the colleagues. Like, in short, in my mind, it was that these are my competitors. Like, I have to compete everyone.
Right.
So first there were 2 rooms. So in the first room, everyone, like, they arranged सब बैठ गए वहाँ पे पहले room में. I was the only guy who was sitting in the second room.
Okay.
So वहाँ पे ये हुआ कि अभी ये क्या हुआ. So
Okay.
but luckily हाँ हो गया, मतलब start हुआ, nothing, it was good, center was good. They gave us
And
everything.
you were able to manage the flow of that 80 question within that time?
Yeah, so basically what I thought is, whenever I used to look any big questions, like they used to throw big questions. So whenever I used to look that, I used to directly skip.
Okay.
I used to make sure that whatever I know, I'll complete that first. So in my first 2 hours, I was able to complete around my 45 questions.
45 questions.
in
Okay.
first 2 hours.
That's a good number.
Then I started reading, going through again, like what were the big questions.
Okay.
So I was going through that.
Okay.
After that.
And how many questions you flagged?
I flagged around 10 questions. That
Okay, but rest you were confident.
Rest I was confident, and rest 10 questions I was bit. Is this right? Or like in
Confused
level 1,
between
what
the
happened
options.
is, though options may we used to get confused. In level 2, there were 3 options, like 3 4 options. ये भी सही है, ये भी सही है. Which one is right?
Okay. Okay.
So there I used to get around 50 questions. I was confident that I have gave it right.
And with respect to calculation, how many chapters, how many questions were there?
With calculation, around 24 to 25 questions.
You were able to solve them properly?
Yeah, around 18 questions. It was directly plug and play, which was in the book.
Okay.
7 questions were a bit tricky, like
your understanding is basically
yeah,
checked.
yeah.
Okay. And did you found questions which are mix of two books or 3 books?
Yeah, in operational risk they did it, and in current issues they did it.
But it was a mix of books or chapters?
Chapters.
Okay.
So operational risk, if third chapter I had read something, then in 7 chapters I had read something. They clubbed both
the concepts
and they threw in question.
Wow, very good.
And this happened.
And the question size were big, lengthy. It was
manageable. It was not that lengthy. Around 10-15 questions were only lengthy.
Okay. And when you came out of the exam, what was the confidence level?
When I came out of my exam, I was totally like
डर लग
रहा था कि अब होगा नहीं होगा, because the way like I was going through, like I studied, I was like सब गया अभी वापस से नहीं, पैसे तो ठीक है, but
एफर्ट भी गया, टाइम
गया. मम्मी भी सोच रही थी कि हो जाएगा, डैड भी हो जाएगा, but वो सब माइंड में आने लग गया था.
Right.
Then I went home, I started recollecting what were the questions जो आए थे नहीं आए थे. I started thinking that this could be right, this could be wrong, this could be right. So in that time I had recollected around 45 questions when I came out of my hall and I went home. 45 questions I recollected, and out of that I thought 30 to right hai. Called one of my colleague, I told him this has happened. So he told me, don't worry, you will pass. So yeah.
Now what is the quartile that you got?
Quartile in market risk I got first quartile, and rest all I got second quartile.
Trade risk also, where you were facing problem.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. And did you expected this much good score?
In operational risk, in liquidity, and in current, I expected, but market risk, to be very true, I thought I would get very low quartile in that, but I got first in that.
And now if I ask you from your experience, 3 tips that how should somebody prepare for FRM level 2? So
for FRM level 2, basically first thing I would say, we should get a teacher like who can guide us, because level 1 is different thing and level 2 is totally, you would require someone who will guide you, who can go through. I will recommend you on that base.
Thank you.
Second would be go through the chapters, solve all the questions. Whatever is wrong, I used to make my notes differently. I used to write that, and whatever is too wrong, and I used to वापस मैं जाता था उसके पास. Okay. And third is keep reading every day. Like पढ़ना तो रोज ही है. You cannot skip any day. Half an hour to half an hour करना है.
Wonderful सिद्धार्थ, ये कॉन्वर्सेशन बहुत हेल्प करेगा स्टूडेंट्स को, बिकॉज लेवल 2 जैसे तुम बोल रहे अलग ही ड्रैगन है, उसको टेम
yes,
करना इज
yes.
वेरी डिफिकल्ट. उसको इतना लेंदी है और पढ़ते रहोगे भूल जाओगे. इट इज गोना बी वेरी चैलेंजिंग, स्पेशली इफ यू कुड नॉट क्लियर. अगर आप नहीं करते हो फिर से वापस पढ़ना इज वेरी
After my exam, in fact, I used to think every day कि हो गया तो इट्स गुड, नहीं हुआ तो फिर से करना पड़ेगा. एंड ये 104 chapters, one
फिर से पढ़ना इज वेरी चैलेंजिंग, आई नो.
challenging. It's
बट यू हैव बीन एबल टू मैनेज दैट लेवल और भी क्लियर कर लिया, लेवल टू भी क्लियर कर लिया. आई एम श्योर कि दिस सर्टिफिकेशन विल help you in your career a lot.
yeah,
And looking at your interviews, I think so it will motivate a lot of other students also, कि how you have cleared along with your full-time job, they will also be able to clear the exam.
Yeah.
Right? So thank you again,
Thank you
Siddharth, for
so
taking
much.
out time and talking to us.